In this lesson, you will learn how to count calories using menu items from McDonald's. This tutorial is to help you with the nutritional activity that we were starting on in class. So first we're going to review Act 1. When you exercise, the number of calories you burn depends on two things: the type of exercise and your weight. Playing basketball for 1 minute, for example, burns 63 thousandths of a calorie for every pound of body weight. So, looking at these celebrities, I want you to take a minute and review your answers, or if you want to try this activity at home, take a minute and pause the video and multiply the calories times the weight in order to find out how much 1 minute of these activities, basketball, soccer, or walking, will burn. Let's try a couple examples together until you get the rhythm of things, if you still need extra help. So let's first look at Selena Gomez. We can see that Selena Gomez weighs 125 pounds, and if she plays basketball, we can multiply to see how much she would burn per minute. So we would multiply 125 times 0.063. So I'm multiplying decimals, and we can just multiply as usual, and remember to note that we're going to be moving 3 decimal places at the end. So 5 times 3 is 15, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 3 times 1 is 3, hold my spot, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15, carry the 1, 6 times 1 plus 1 is 7, and that would give us 7875. And we would move the decimal 1, 2, 3 places. And for these purposes, we'll round to the nearest hundredths. So Selena Gomez would burn 7 and 88, because we're going to round to the nearest hundredths place, hundredths of a calories per minute. Now, if we compare that to somebody like LeBron James, who weighs double that, we can multiply 250 times 0.063. And then we would do the same, multiplying, and then of course hold my spot and multiply again. And then I would just add, whoops. So when I move the decimal 3 spots, I get 15 and 750 thousandths, which of course is 75 hundredths. So use those methods to finish the rest if you need to do so. Go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, so when we round to the nearest hundredths place, we can see that Justin Timberlake would give us 10 and 8 hundredths, Abby Wambach 11 and 21 hundredths for basketball. And then for soccer, we can see that our calorie count is a little bit different. Selena Gomez 9 and 5/10 or 50 hundredths. 12 and 16 hundredths for Justin Timberlake. 13 and 53 hundredths for Abby Wambach. And 19 calories for LeBron James. And we can do the same thing for walking as well. So now we have all of our information of how many calories per minute each of these celebrities would burn. So the thing that you need to remember, of course, is their weight. Now, let's move on to Act 2, which is, of course, we started in class, but you had to finish by yourself. So if you need a little extra help, this will help you with it. So different types of exercise burn off different numbers of calories, as we reviewed. Choose one of the celebrities from before and 3 types of exercise. For each activity, how long would it take to burn off the McDonald's items below? So in this case, you're taking it one step further. You have to incorporate multiplication, but also division to find out how long it would take to burn off these McDonald's menued items. So pick 3 categories. So if I wanted to pick a celebrity. Let's pick Abby Wambach. So that's who I'm picking. You can pick whoever you need. And then I'm going to pick swimming, sitting, and golf. So then I'm going to, of course, note that her weight is 178. And of course, you can write smaller. It's just my pen on this is a little bit bigger. So first, starting with sitting. So if she weighs 178 pounds and burns 9/100 of a calorie, I need to know how much she's going to burn per minute of just sitting around doing nothing. So I multiply 8 times 9, which is 72. 9 times 7 plus 7 is 63 plus 7 is 70. And 9 times 1 plus 7 is 16. Then I know I'm going to move the decimal 1, 2, 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3. So sitting around doing nothing burns 1 and about 60/100ths, and you can round to the nearest hundredths place. So 1 6/10 calories. So now I need to say to myself, if this person eats a Big Mac, how long would you just sit there to burn it off? So I have a Big Mac is 550 calories, and sitting around burns off 1 6/10. I'm dividing. I want to move the decimal once. I'd have no decimal here, so I start at the end and add a 0 if there's nothing there. And now I can divide 5,500 by 16. Now, I can see that 16 can go into 55 3 times. And I'm going to go a little bit faster with the steps. Gives me a remainder of 7. Bring down the 0. 16 can go into 70 4 times. 4 times 16 is 64. Difference is 6. Bring down the 0. Which means that I'm going to be multiplying by 3, get 48. Difference of 12. And I'm going to end up getting, because I'll have to add a 0, 7, 112, remainder is 8, 80, you can go in 5 times, and that would give me 343 75/100 minutes of sitting around to burn a Big Mac. And if you want, you can leave it just as that. You can tell me how many minutes, 343 75/100. Or you can divide that by 60 to find out how many hours in minutes, which would be close to about 6 hours. So this person would have to sit around for 6 hours in order to burn off one Big Mac. So you're going to do the same thing with the large fries as well. So the nice thing is I already know that it's 1 6/10 for sitting, and now I just need to do the same thing and divide 500 divided by 1 6/10. And I know I'm moving the decimal once, add a 0, which would give me 312.5. You're going to do the same thing with the large Coca-Cola, the salad, and no dressing. And then you would do the same thing, of course, for any other activities. So I would say maybe swimming. So swimming, we would burn 6,400. So I would multiply 178 times 64 hundredths. 8 times 4, 7 times 4 plus 3, 31, and 7. Then again, hold my spot and multiply 6 times 8, which is 48. 6 times 7 plus 4 is 46, and 6 times 1 plus 4 is 10. And then when I add these, 2, 9, 3, 1, 1, 1, and I would move the decimal 1, 2, 3 spots, which would give me 11 and 39 hundredths. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to divide each of these. And if you need to use tools that are out there to help you with this project, I encourage you to do that. But I also encourage you to practice your multiplication and division on your own. So I'm going to stop there, and I want you to try to figure out the rest of your problems. Now again, you're going to pick your own celebrity. If you want to use the same one I did, that's fine. And if you want, you can use the same 3 activities, or you can pick other activities. Anything that'll help you out. So I just hope that this helps guide you through in a little bit more detail. Some of you thought this activity was more or less challenging than others. So make sure that you're being respectful when we have our number talks tomorrow. So as a review, remember to multiply the celebrity's weight by the activity's calories per pound. Then divide the menu item's calories by the activity's calories. So if it's a burger, you're going to divide the burger by the amount of calories per minute that person's, for their weight, would burn. Now, once you're done with this activity, go off and have some fun, get outdoors, burn some of your own calories. Great job again.